Hi there, this is Jenny from the Sewing Palace in Helena, Montana. Today's short video will be showing you how to use an equilateral triangle to make a table runner, pot holder, or a fun centerpiece. I'll show you a few of the gadgets that you can use, and then the second half of the video is from our Bernina educator named Denise Jones, so thank you, Denise, and she's going to be showing you the cutting, sewing, and how to use your Bernina machine to be successful. Stay tuned and keep watching. To get started with your project, you can use a layer cake. So this one is made from a layer cake we have here at the shop. It's all art gallery fabrics and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is a layer cake that we have here. You could also use your favorite layer cake, but you do need about a 10-inch square to get started. So if you want to use your stash, there are 18 different fabrics in here, so you could collect those or purchase your favorite layer cake. We also have some layer cakes from Free Spirit, which are really bright and beautiful, and then we have some more subdued or masculine ones. This one's called Timberland, and it's from Riley Blake. So pick your favorite layer cake, and then the ruler that you want is an equilateral triangle ruler. There are a couple of choices you could use. The video series that Denise will show you is from Good Measure. So Good Measure makes a wonderful assortment of rulers that all work together, and proceeds go to cancer research. So that is a wonderful thing to support. We have sets and rulers here at the shop of Good Measure. So you want an equilateral triangle or a 60-degree triangle. The other choice you could use is a 60-degree triangle from Creative Grids. So this one is the 8-inch tall one, and you could use that. That's what I used to make this table runner. You also have other choices of other ruler companies, but you do want a 60-degree triangle and at least 8 inches tall. So those are the two gadgets that you'll want. You'll obviously want your sewing machine, a 1/4-inch foot, a weight of free motion quilt, and to bind the table runner when you're all done. This one is out of, like I said, 18 different fabrics from a layer cake. And then the other thing you can do with your scraps is you can make a little pot holder. So this is also using the 60-degree ruler, and I just cut a few in there into a circle. So you have lots of choices. You could use a larger one and make a nice centerpiece. So let's get started with Denise and showing you how to make this cute runner.
Hi, my name is Denise. I want to welcome you to today's Bernina Creative Studio lesson. Today we're going to make this really cute table runner using a 60-degree triangle. This triangle is made by Good Measure, and all Good Measure rulers are made to work together. They were created by Kay England. We're going to use 18 different 10-inch squares to create these triangles and put this table runner together. We're going to use a rotary mat that rotates. Today I'm using the OFA 12-inch rotary mat to cut our triangles on. I'm just going to lay that triangle ruler right on top of it, and we're going to use it at its full size. So you're going to put a little pressure on it, cut one side, turn your mat around, cut the other side, turn it again, and you don't have to reposition your ruler to cut your triangle. We'll be working with bias edges today on these triangles. Two of the edges have bias edge and one has a straight of the grain. This straight of the grain edge, I want to make sure I keep that on the outside edge of the table runner to make sure it lies nice and flat. When you have all 18 of your triangles cut, you're going to identify the straight of the grain and make sure that's on the outside edges. Then you're just going to lay them out in the way you want to stitch them together, and then you're just going to fold each one over in order to stitch. Now this is two bias edges we're stitching together. So we're going to use foot 97D and the dual feet. So be sure you engage your dual feet. When you look at the foot, you see that there's an edge, and that's 1/4 inch away. There's also markings for where the needle is, and 1/4 inch in front and 1/4 behind. But there's a little marking on the stitch plate right here, right through the middle of the feed dog. That is your 1/4 inch seam. You want to make sure you can see that little notch all the time while you stitch. So let's put a couple of pins in here. And we're just going to stitch them together. So with it ready to stitch, you're going to line everything up. And then if you have your securing function activated on your machine, it will secure. Pull your pins out. and use your cutter, and your first two blocks are stitched together. Continue stitching them together, making sure those straight of the grains are on the outside edge. So as you work down your row, connecting all 9 of your triangles together, you'll notice that the little dog ear that hangs out the outside edge, you want to make sure that you're lining those triangles up together, attaching those little dog ears together. Don't trim them off until you're finished. This helps you with the placement of the blocks as you continue down the row. So let's stitch this last one on, and then we're ready to stitch the rows together. When you get all 9 of your triangles sewn together, you're going to want to press that seam open. That's going to reduce some of the bulk where all these seams come together. So what we're going to do to get that perfect point, so you have all of those points lining up in the middle, we're going to take that first layer and we're going to find the center of the point. So you're going to press a pin through and find the center of that, or the very tip of that point. Then you're going to bring the bottom row up and put it right in that point also on the next layer. Then you're going to squeeze them together. Then you're going to put a pin on each side of that pin, keeping it straight through so those points will line up. Then pull that pin out, and then we're ready to take it to the machine and stitch. So as you're stitching along, you're going to watch and make sure you can see that little line on the stitch plate, and you're going to just sew that seam. When you get close to the pins, you're going to stitch right up close to it. Pull that pin out. Stitch right across, pull the other pin out before you get to it. And let's see how our point did. That looks pretty good. After you've got your rows sewn together, it's time to layer it so you're ready to get quilting on it. You want to make sure you lay the backing down, and then the batting, and then the piece top. I'm using Insul Bright batting in this table runner just in case you have something warm you want to set down on the table. This will help protect your table. When you get ready to quilt, you need to decide how you want to quilt it. Do you want to use a walking foot and do straight line quilting? Would you like to use an open toe foot and maybe do something small or free motion type quilting? Then we have a clear foot that is a free motion quilting foot that you could use, and you can see exactly where you're going. And then we have our ruler work foot. So if you wanted to do ruler work on your quilt, on your small table runner, you could do that too. With your table runner all quilted, it's time to trim it up. So we're going to take our ruler and we're going to trim 1/4 of an inch from that point on that triangle. On the Good Measure rulers, that's a pink line. So I'm going to lay it right down on it, keeping it all lined up. And I'm going to trim 1/4 of an inch away from that line. And you'll want to trim all the way around your table runner. When you get that done, I've bound mine with a really narrow 2-inch wide binding. So I've cut my binding 2-inch wide, and I've created a strip. Then you're just going to lay it on the front of the table runner, stitch 1/4 of an inch, which will take you right through that point at the top, and then you'll have just enough to turn around and stitch it on the back. I hope you've enjoyed making this table runner today, and thank you so much for joining us for this lesson at Bernina Creative Studio.
I hope you enjoyed the short video series on how to make an equilateral triangle table runner. We have all these products on our website. You can check that out at TheSewingPalaceBernina.com, and we'd love to see you in the shop. Take care. Happy sewing. This is Jenny from The Sewing Palace. Bye-bye.